Hey, what's up, DJs? I'm proud of you. You're putting in work, you're putting in effort. Now it's time to get you guys that first gig that you've been working hard towards. In this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to book your first gig, what to do after you get that first gig, and how to continually get more gigs. Let's go.
DJ D Smooth.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. It's D Smooth. I appreciate you being here as always. Much love. I love you too. In this video, guys, I just want to say I'm proud of you guys. I know y'all putting in a lot of work. Our DJ community is growing more and more and more. And in this video, I want to show you guys how you can continually excel your career so that you can have more business coming your way. Your name is getting spread out more in the community and you're happy doing what you love to do. So let's go ahead and jump into it. For those who don't know me as well, that's cool. I've been DJing for 5 years. I started in a pandemic. I picked up the SB3, which is a Pioneer controller, for the first time, and I said, I gotta figure this out. For those who may have a similar story to mine, I got into DJing simply because I felt like, specifically in the state of Utah, they were a little bit behind, or they weren't necessarily as educated on the music scene. And that's totally cool. Everybody's different. I moved here I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and I spent about 7 years in Athens, Georgia, and then I came out here to Utah. And as you probably know, Georgia and Ohio, the music scene just on the East Coast in general is completely different. There's new tracks dropping every 50 minutes now. So with that, it's always going. Music flow is always going. Entertainment is always going. So I always had an ear for sound. And coming out here, I just felt like at going to house parties specifically, or, to some clubs even, like, wow, why are we playing that? Or, oh, we could change this. And there's been times that I'll actually plug in my aux cord on my phone and make the party rock. So I always felt like it was my responsibility to have the party jumping. And I'm glad I touched that Pioneer SB3 for the first time because it changed my life since then. In front of you guys right now, what you'll see is the DDJ FLX10. This is a newer controller that I have, and I probably had it for a little over a year now, and I love it. It's a great controller. I also own the DDJ SX2, also by Pioneer, and that's a great controller as well too. I probably owned that for about 2-3 years, and that's hands down a really, really, really great controller, especially for longevity. My point in saying all of this is you guys can make it happen. I'm proud of you. I know you guys are putting in the work. You're in your rooms, you're in the lab, you're getting after it. Now we got to get you guys out in the community, out in front of people, doing what you love to do, and that's DJing. So let's talk about getting your first gig. It's not easy, but at the same time, it is sort of easy, especially now. Back then during the pandemic, that was a little tough. A lot of people were going out, much wasn't happening. I landed my first gig as the pandemic was kind of coming to an end. It was a pool party, actually. And this particular event I was invited to. I didn't do the whole thing by myself, but the DJ that I was working with allowed me to join him on his set. I brought my controller, which was the SB3 at the time. I had my laptop, which I had Serato downloaded on my laptop, a few tracks that I was practicing in the lab during that time, and he had his equipment. So we were kind of side by side, basically, and it was really cool. I learned a lot during that gig. First thing, you have to know people in order to get in rooms like that. It's not going to be something that just walks your way, but it's something that you need to be sort of paying attention to and actively going after. You know you're good. You know that you have what it takes to get out in public and make this thing happen for real. You're making it happen for real in your rooms or in the studio right now, and that's cool. But there's more DJs needed out here in the world today, more than ever. So know who you are and know that you are talented enough to get out and do this thing for real. With that mindset, you should just be actively seeing who's in your market, what DJs are out there making it happen, and don't be afraid to hit them up. Most DJs, I would say, that are making it happen, they should all have social medias, and for the most part, they should have a business website. So if you look up on Google, for an example, DJs in my area, wherever you are located, you should see a list of DJs that is located there, They should have business pages or website pages. Go on there, contact me. They should have that on there. If not, probably go ahead and get that added on, DJs. I'm just saying. It's going to change your life. But yeah, get on there. Hit up some DJs, guys. Hit them up on the phone, text them, or hit them up on DMs or on social media, and just let them know who you are. Introduce yourself. I wouldn't come at them like, hey, I'm looking to play. Can I join you on the next set? Like, bro, you gonna get blocked. Don't do that. Don't do that. But if you approach it for a more humble standpoint, I mean, you've been humble in your lab. Hey, I'm DJ D Smooth. I see what you're doing out there in the community, and I just want to say, great job. Is there any chance that you maybe coach DJs, or do you ever teach DJs how to mix? Questions like that are more inviting as a DJ, and they're more likely to say, or even reply back and say, yeah, I actually do, or I don't, but what do you want to learn? And then that just kind of opens up a conversation. Now you actually have an ongoing conversation rather than just throwing your dart for a one shot and not getting any response at all. Sometimes that can make you feel bad. And I know what that feels like because I've done that before. I'm not embarrassed to say that I have. But when I was first starting, I was hungry and I didn't know how to necessarily approach others. And yeah, I'm sure there was a message that came off to somebody that said, they didn't want to reply back to it. I'm cool with that, but at least I tried. But now that I know better, I'm here to show you guys and here to teach you guys just approach it a little bit differently. Understand you slide into somebody you don't know's DMs or their phone numbers and just say, hey, like, I would love to shadow you. Do you need a helper for your next event? This is more like a corporate or a birthday party DJ or even some club DJs. They can get you on the guest list if you ask. But yeah, a lot of people are willing to say yes to that if you ask appropriately. That right there is going to get you in the door. Now you have a connection that you just made right there. You get to shadow and watch. And you never know. The DJs do got to use the bathroom sometimes. So you might have a song or two to jump on. But boom, there you go. You just got that experience that you was looking for. That right there motivates you to want to do that again. I would say with that, it's cool to not be able to DJ the first time you shadow somebody. That's cool. Learn as much as you possibly can. Take it back to the lab. Adjust any adjustments that you feel. I mean, you can always get better. So yeah, adjust exactly what you felt like you need to adjust and tweak some things and learn and continually grow from that. Now, next time you hit up that DJ, there's already a rapport there and they feel like, okay, yeah, this guy's serious about this. Like, let me come on and bring him back in. Or actually, I can't do this one gig that I had going on because I'm double booked. Would you want to take it? Giving somebody an opportunity. And that happens more often than you guys think. I'm telling these stories because they are things that have happened in my life and in my DJ career. And I know exactly that they can happen for you. Even better, some stories are way wilder than mine. I'm just telling you some things that just happened in my life personally. So yeah, once you get that first DJ gig actually booked, oh, you stoked. You stoked. You like, let's go. Yeah. Now you got to figure out how to prepare for it. That's the tricky part. But at the same time, it's not because your confidence is already there. You already got to see somebody live do it. I hope you're paying attention to the crowd, seeing how they react to this song versus that song, how the DJ may have not had the crowd really bouncing on this song, but he got out of it quick so that he can get them bouncing again. All of those things I would be paying attention to, like how to read the crowd, how to go from one genre to the next genre. All those things are important because you're going to be able to, you have to do the same exact thing. So yeah, keeping those things in mind there. But yeah, you get your first gig booked. You're stoked, you're excited. Let's get you prepared appropriately so you feel like you can walk in with confidence and then knowing that you're going to just dominate the gig. So I'm going to tell you guys a few services that I use to download my music and get my music from. Number one, I would say heavyhits.com. Again, that is heavyhits.com. And on there, you can find some cool remixes. You can find a whole bunch of things that they have. They have a playlist up there. You just go through the folders and see which one makes sense or complements your style of play. You don't need to copy anybody. Just feel what you feel is comfortable to yourself and make it work. Another website that I use is beatsource.com. Again, that is beatsource.com. And BeatSource is actually really cool. If you have Serato, you probably see the symbol on your computer there because it is integrated. It's a streaming platform, but you can also download offline. So if you're out in the middle of nowhere doing a festival, you can still use BeatSource. I've done it before, and it's very handy, very helpful, and very reliable. So BeatSource is I'll probably use BeatSource first, honestly. They have monthly subscriptions, of course. Nothing's going to be free. But I would definitely check those out there as you're continually growing your library, as you're growing your career. Now, there's some DJs out there who are willing to lend you music or let you basically have some of their music that they have. And that's cool too. Those are going to be more established relationships that you probably get those opportunities from. Or maybe you just go to a DJ networking event, bring your USB and a laptop, and you never know what might happen. Just simple as that. So being in the right place at the right time definitely matters, and then asking the right questions. Hey, are you available for me to come out and see you play? Do you need help with this event? Do you know of any networking events that I can attend that can help excel my career? No, those type of questions are like, man, like I don't hear this often, but I know this kid is serious, or I know this person is serious. Simple as that. So definitely keep those things in mind, guys. I would say as you're starting to book your gigs, it's going to be important to kind of understand your market. I'm not going to say kind of understand. It's important to know your market. So as you're building and networking with DJs, you've seen DJs around the area, you're familiarized with what this DJ does and the market that they're in. You're familiar with what this DJ does and what market they're in. Those things are all going to play into what your pricing should be. So this is a good question, I feel like. Should you be pricing right out the gate? I would say yes and no. It just depends. If you're really trying to grow your name and really, like, I would say you're more career focused rather than like, I just want to do this as a hobby, then I would say definitely start setting your rates. That's gonna help you guys because you gotta pay for your expenses. You gotta pay for gas. Gas ain't cheap today. Hey, yesterday's price ain't today's price. So yeah, guys, I would definitely set a market or pricing on yourself there. Knowing what the pricing should be, that's just going to be simply asking questions, kind of deep diving more into, what people are doing. Like if someone's a wedding DJ, their pricing is going to be different from what they will probably do for a club DJ. I'm just saying. Or like a festival DJ is going to be different from a birthday party DJ or a corporate event DJ. So everybody's pricing is going to be a little bit different. What I do recommend, if you are really trying to make this a career thing, is doing and tapping into all the markets you possibly can. So like for myself, I do weddings, I do corporate events, I do club events, I do sporting events, I do birthday parties, I do baby showers. All of those things allows me to know, okay, there's a market over here for this, and this is what their pricing will be. I can't go my corporate pricing over here because that just wouldn't make sense for the client, and they're just going to easily walk away and go to the next DJ. So understanding like the different segments, the different markets that you are in, so that you can appropriately price yourself as you're growing your career. It's going to be important. So diversifying your portfolio, basically. You hear that in the probably more in the stock market. It's the same thing basically as a DJ. So knowing and diversifying your portfolio is going to be very helpful for you guys. I would say with the organizations, definitely check out your Facebook. I will probably go there first. Go to like Facebook and see like what DJ networking events are going on in the area. There's a couple that they do here in Salt Lake City, and in Utah in general. That those are pretty cool, but like those are good opportunities again for you to go and see and meet DJs in your areas, people who are doing the thing, and just kind of grasping an idea like, okay, this is the guy that's been DJing for 10 plus years, and this is what he has created in those 10 plus years. Or this is somebody who just started, but look how they wanted to grow and excel their career by being in a room with other DJs like that. So not being afraid to necessarily mesh with the other players in the room or other players in your area. Like, is it competition? Sure, it's fine, but it should be healthy competition there. And if it's not healthy competition, some of those individuals might not be the best to work with, and that's okay too. No big deal. That's part of the entertainment game. So get used to that, guys. Um, Besides that, I'm really curious to know, like, if you did book your first gig, how did it go? Like, did you absolutely dominate it, or did it not go so well? And if it didn't go so well, what happened? Was it a technical error? Did you feel like your music wasn't hype enough? Did you feel like just I didn't do a good job talking on the microphone? Like, I'm curious to know in the comments, if you don't mind sharing, of course, how your first gig went, if it was good or bad. I would love to know all of those things because it's going to help me help the next person. And your comments definitely going to help the other DJs and other entertainers reading the comments as well too. So I always appreciate that. Besides that, guys, I would say as you're preparing for your live set, understanding like you have a library on your computer. For the most part, it's Serato or Rekordbox. Those are the two most common ones, or even Virtual DJ, because there's DJs that still use that as well. And just being as organized as you possibly can. Is it always going to be perfect? No, that's cool too. But being as organized as you possibly can is going to be helpful. Those websites that I gave you guys, heavyhits.com and beatstores.com, they are very organized on there. I would definitely look through how they have the different playlists on there, like for the pop category, the rock category, the hip hop category, EDM category. Go through all of those files, whatever, again, your style of music play is, or whatever field you're trying to diversify in. Go through those, download some tracks, add it to your playlist there, or add it to your library is what I mean, and practice. Practice as much as you can. Make sure you're setting your cue points, of course. That's going to be key so that you make sure that you're beat matching appropriately, you're starting songs appropriately at the right point. And if there's a moment, especially like in the wedding, you want to make sure your cue points are accurate so that when the bride walks down the aisle, you're not starting from the very, very beginning. But like if she asks for a special request to play at a specific moment in the song, that you have your cue point set on there so that when that moment happens, you're ready to go. So there's no scrambling or anything like that. It's best to prepare as often as you can at home before we get out in the area there or at your gigs. So I would say with that, guys, if you have any questions for me, I'm here for you. I am a growing DJ just like you are. So I never want you to feel like, oh, he knows it all or anything like that. In fact, if you feel like I'm saying anything incorrect in this video, please drop a comment. I'm happy to answer or talk about what may be upsetting you, I guess. Anyways, I hope this video blesses you guys. I hope that it helps you again just to know that you have what it takes to get out in the market and dominate the market and do the best that you can. Like, there's people that need us. There's people in the world that's out there that need to know who you are. And if they don't know who you are, they're just going to go to who they already know. So just keep that in mind, guys. Get out there, get behind the camera, get on social media, get in front of people's faces, shake hands, give hugs, give high fives, drop a like, drop a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Much love as always. Peace.